And then the second house, let's see what happened. Oh yeah, so then the second house, we're installing, we're doing a remodel, and basically we're upgrading her sound system. So the house is already there, and we got to put in speakers. And same bullshit. We just drive up, and here's the fucking mailbox in its little stone hut. It looked like a stone doghouse just for the mailbox. And then we pull in, and of course she's got like a fucking full basketball court. Actually, it was a half court. But it had the fucking lines and everything. Like, you know, poor people, or people of the shrinking middle class, spinning, the shrinking middle class, if they have a basketball hoop, it goes at the bottom of the driveway or on top of the fucking garage. Like a good red-blooded American should. And this motherfucker has a full separate court for the basketball hoop. And then the driveway is separate. Because God forbid they put them together, right? And so her basketball court has got lines and fucking it's got stands and a fucking fence all around it. So none of that shit where you shoot the hoop and you fucking airball it and you have to go chase it down 60 yards. None of that shit, because it's all fenced in. Rich people don't chase balls. That's for the fucking middle class. So anyway, so she's got that shit, and the homeowner is this, like, I don't know, 30-something-year-old lady, and she obviously just stays at the house all day. She wasn't fat, though. She had on the full Iron Man competition gear, right down to the fucking visor. Not even a hat, the fucking visor. And she's wearing decathlon gear, a fucking tank top shirt, and then like short shorts and athletic running shoes while she's walking around her fucking kitchen. And that's all she did. She was just in the fucking house all day. What are you doing, a fucking decathlon in your goddamn living room? What are the events? Fucking mixing up some margaritas and listening to your favorite tunes on your 47 different speakers? Oh, so that gets me to the next part, which is where she wants the speakers. Rich people, that's a rule. When you're rich, you can't be more than 15 feet away from any kind of speaker. You gotta have a speaker everywhere. They got speakers in the bathroom, the fucking laundry room, out on the patio, out in the cabana, which is different. You have a patio and a cabana when you're rich. And the other thing is, I was actually, as I was there, I was getting upset, and I'm like, I gotta make a YouTube video on this, and I started writing shit down. Of course, actually, I probably do have the notebook in here. Hang on a tick. Hang on. Can you hear me? Alright, here we go. Yeah, so I forgot to mention stone walls. Stone walls everywhere. Around, not like in a gated community, above and beyond that, each house has its own stone wall. Because they want to keep the poor people out. When the revolution hits, they know. The poor people also love speakers, but they want them for their car. See? And so these rich people are hoarding all the goddamn speakers in their house. And so they know that those fucking poor people are going to come in so they can put the fucking sound system in their speaker box at the back of their Honda Civic from 1993. Anyway, so stone walls everywhere. It's like they're fucking defending against the Germans or some shit. And then you got arches, stone arches. You can't have a square doorway if you're rich. You need that shit to be round. Fucking square doorways. What are you, some kind of peasant? What do you got? Fucking square doorways. Fuck that shit. Make it hard. Make it difficult. Arches everywhere. Not a square doorway to be found. Let's see. Oh yeah, so at the second house, I'm working outside. It's like 98 degrees. Like the boy band. And then there's a fucking pool right next to me because we're working outside, and it's just like, that's just a little aside. That has nothing to do with being rich. I don't hold that against them. We got pools too. But But it was just hard to work next to a pool all day when it's fucking almost 100 degrees. And let's see. But the thing about this pool is, it didn't have stairs to go into it. It had a gradually slanting wall. So you could just you could steamroll into the pool if you wanted to. Or, if you were handicapped, you wouldn't have to get out of your wheelchair. You could just wheel that fucker right down into the water. And I guess rich people just don't want to deal with steps. Even underwater, steps are too much work. Let's slant it in, make it nice and easy. We don't want to twist an ankle in case we need to run some more kitchen decathlons. And a fucking water slide. She had a water slide with running water in the pool. And of course it had like fucking, it looked like that pool that what's his face, Hugh Hefner had with the rocks over here. And then they had a fucking shallow section for the pool. Not the shallow versus, like, deep end versus shallow end. Like, I mean, there was a whole section of the pool. First of all, it was a pool with multiple sections. But anyway, they had this shallow section that was only like a foot deep. All around. Walled off. And I was just like, what is that for? What is that for? So you can just lie down and not worry about drowning? I hope they do drown, fucking rich people. Let's see. And she had a babysitter. That's it for the list. But here's what's funny about that. She's in the fucking house all day. And she still has some fucking other person that she's turning into. Raising fucking kids! She had a babysitter because she was 2 rooms away. So God forbid her kids, while they're playing their fucking Wii, would have to go without some kind of, I don't know, supervision. Basically, it's just like when you have that much money, you just need places to spend it. So she's home all day, walking around in her fucking Iron Man gear, but I guess she can't be bothered to like look after her kids. And she was just standing there the whole time. She wasn't doing anything. She's just walking around, looking around. Ah, it's nice having a lot of money. Look at how beautiful these archways are. Wow. Fucking oof. She was a nice lady though. But just, you know. And then the argument. I know the argument is this. But Chris, look, if it weren't for the rich people, you wouldn't have been working anyway. That's fucking stupid. And here's why. If it weren't for the fucking rich people, I wouldn't be stuck in this dead-end fucking job worrying about whether or not I'm going to get laid off in a week, because they're just that's what they do. They're fucking greedy, and they fuck you, and they steal your money, and I don't know, I feel like I'm just going on without evidence. Let me think. Let me try to clarify this. That would be like somebody defending slavery and being like, look, slave, if it weren't for the slave owner, you wouldn't get to have any bread. So you should be grateful. And it's like that? Fuck you. I should be grateful because some rich asshole has me installing 47 different speakers around their house? No thanks. If it weren't for them and their greed, we would all have more. That's what I'm saying. We would all have more. If it weren't, because this person has 47 fucking speakers and a goddamn pool that you can just ski into, because they have all that shit, somebody else has nothing. Because there's only so many resources in the world, and these fucking rich people are hoarding everything. So yeah, so anybody who says, if it weren't for the rich people, you wouldn't even have a job, that's not true. If it weren't for the rich people, I would have a better job. And I wouldn't have to sit here and subject myself to some fucking suit of armor in a goddamn foyer when I walk in. That's offensive. That's offensive. Between the walls and the fucking suit of armor, what kind of message are they trying to send to me, a poor guy? Alright, but again, she was a nice lady. She wasn't rude. She wasn't a bitch. She didn't offer any lemonade, though. That's like standard. Look, if you're one of these fucking rich people and you have people working in your house, give them a fucking soda. You know, what's it cost you a can? 12.5 cents? And you got $40 billion sitting in the bank? Bring us a cold soda. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. So yeah, that was that. Let's see, I still felt like I had some other shit to say. But, I'm probably way the fuck over on time on this one, but I don't give a shit. It needed to be said. Alright, that's my YouTube video for this week. This month, I guess, the rate I've been doing them. But, what do you expect? Yeah, there was some other shit I want to talk about. I forget. Here's some good news. Look at me, complaining about rich people. But look at the size of this new TV, huh? Look at this. Here's my hand in the lower corner. Right there, I'm touching the screen. So that's how big my fucking TV is. So I'm one of the, you know what? I'm bitching, but I'm one of the haves. I'm one of the assholes. Although I didn't have some fucking poor guy come in and make sure the wires were all correct. I can wire my own TV. Thank you very much. But, yeah, that's about all I can think of for now. You guys have a good week. I love you. All right, take it easy.